So I just bought something cheap, $69, and about $5 to $7 depending which option you go with to mount it to make it work with your load bars. I'm going to show you how. Everything that I talk about in this video, all the items are going to be in the description below. Check it out, they're affiliate links. I appreciate them. Let's move on. All right guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the recovery boards. I paid $69.99 for them, link in the description below, and they come with mounting hardware, which is pretty cool because that's going to save you a lot of headache and covers 95% of what you need. The problem is so you're going to mount it into the load bars, into the T-slot, and there's quite a few nuts. You would use one on the bottom, one on top to sandwich it together. The problem is this nut does not fit. You simply have to find an M10 by 1.5 nut to slide into that, and this large washer head won't work. So I put some links in the description for hardware that's going to work. You're simply going to put it on the bottom, slide it into the T-track, and sandwich it together. Let me show you how I did it. Now, I do want to emphasize why I went with these cheap recovery boards as opposed to some expensive MaxTrax or the similar. I've off-roaded, overland, whatever you want to call it these days, for a few years, and I've never needed recovery boards to get out of a situation. But I know that's not always the case. You know, I've aired down, have rocked back and forth, I've stuck stuff under there. But I know the day's gonna come where, you know what, I wish I had recovery boards. And that's why I got them. And if they only work one time, it would get me out of a sticky situation, and I'll get another set because they're gonna deteriorate up in the sun up there. It's just, I don't want to, if somebody steals those, I'll be upset that somebody stole them. That's a very, that's a violation of, you know, but financially, I'll get another set. I mean, nobody likes to lose $70, but still, better than losing whatever MaxTrax go for. I don't remember what they go for anymore, $300. So that's why I got them. Let's move on. So once you buy your recovery boards, you're almost there. You just need to get the hardware. And there are two choices with the hardware. I'm gonna show you the choice that I went with first, and then the choice that I am going with instead to give it a better look. And I think it just works better overall. Let's go to option number one. So option number one is to find a regular nut M10 by 1.5 without the washer part of it. That will slide in there. So I bought these at Lowe's. I found the exact same nuts on Amazon. Link is below. But let's go to option number two. That'll work better. Welcome to option number two, and a superior option in my opinion. I will also have a link to Amazon below. They're going to be these. Let's see, can we get this focused? Oh, I'll get those in a bit. So these are square. They're square and they fit perfect in the T-slot of the Lone Peak. So even though I have those up there and they work, and I want to keep them because I lost a little bag to return them at Lowe's. I think it was like $8 for 4 or 5. You get way more here, and it's a couple bucks cheaper. So I want to keep them because I lost a bag. But I'm going to keep these two because they work in that slot, and I can use them in the future. So I really do recommend this instead of the other nuts. They slide in perfect. They're M10 by 1.5. And yeah, get these. Let me show you how they fit. You're simply gonna grab your mounting stuff, right? Here's your nuts. You want to put them up top, and here's the nut you want to put up top. You want to put this little spacer thing in your quick. This is what you remove to get your cover up board. Anyways, you get your square nut. You thread it in, and you just go until it's kind of towards the end, but don't let it stick out, otherwise it won't slide in, because this is a very tight fit, which is exactly what you want. Let's get it on the track. So at this point, you're going to grab your assembly you've made here. It's going to be a little difficult to see. Let's try this one where I'm not facing the sun so much. So now that you have your assembly here, you're going to go ahead and slide it in here. See? Perfect. Turn this rod, give it a good snug, and then tighten up your top nut that comes with the mounting kit. Get your crescent wrench and tighten it down, and you're good to go. You do that to all four. You slide in your recovery boards, and you're ready to rock. Here's mine. So you can see my setup right there. I have it close to the edge so I can easily jump on my little short man stool here and barely reach to the nuts on the other side, the quick disconnect nut, the black handle, and slide this over. That's why it's very close to the edge there. So I believe with my recovery boards and my shovel there, I should be able to get myself out of a lot of sticky situations. All right, everybody, that's it. This video, we're keeping it short. I think this is a great way to have some good, like a good safety net out on the trail for absolutely cheap. For 75 bucks, you got recovery boards and you have it mounted on your Lone Peak or whatever camper you may have that has tracks that way. So, like the video, subscribe, do all that beautiful stuff. Because I'm out here in the driveway looking like an idiot in front of the neighbors who keep passing by. But you know what? I'm tired of being like, hey guys, whatever, you know. It is what it is. So, like it, share it, and follow us on Instagram, Steel on Target YouTube. If you have a Lone Peak camper or you're thinking about getting one, join us on Facebook group, Lone Peak Overland Camper Owners. You have a lot of great insight from people that actually own the campers, and if you want to get $250 off your camper order, check out the link below. I got you. See you guys later, and have a good one.